We're here at the Lucky Dog race at beautiful Ridge Motorsports Park. It's outside Seattle. Here's Northwest Safety Team. These people out there looking out for us, giving the wave on track. That's crazy work. I would not go out there with those nutcases, but thank God you do, so we can race. And we're sneaking in here. There's Adam. Hi, Adam.
If it has a spare, it's probably...
Oh, look.
Well, hello there.
Well, there is Cathy Fuss. Cathy is the owner of Lucky Dog.
Why? I have a question for you.
I have taken a chill pill and I have calmed down.
I really hope so, because I didn't want to have to black flag you.
And you know what did it for me? Was I was over there talking to some nice people. The Screaming Chickens, and then the 301 Miata team next to them.
Did you drive with them?
The Miata, yes. The
Okay.
Chickens are winning and they don't want to mess that up, which is fine. But what I want to know, Cathy Fuss,
Yes.
how and why did you start a racing series? That's amazing. I mean, your husband, Greg Fuss, loves to race.
That had nothing to do with it.
You're the one that runs this show.
Yes.
You're the, it's your deal.
I've been involved with racing as a spectator since I was in high school.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so racing,
Yeah?
it was just by happenstance that Greg Fuss liked racing, because I was already destined to be involved with racing.
Oh, see what
And
you win.
what was really important to me was I didn't get into a race car to drive myself till I was 42 years old. And it changed my life. I quit my real job.
Wow.
And I went and bought a race car, and here we are with 5,200 drivers, actually 5,232 drivers nationwide in our series.
Wow.
So, and
now,
it
wait
just,
a minute, Cathy. There's something I've always wanted to know that I don't know. What was your real job before this?
I was in software for 30 years.
Oh.
So I traveled the world.
You are the coolest software person I ever met.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay,
So,
okay.
No, I worked
So-
at nuclear power plants installing asset management software for 3 decades all over the world.
But how do you get involved in running a race series? That's cuckoo.
Well, yes, that's cuckoo. And I would do it over and over and over. I gave up a great
Really?
salary, great job.
Wow.
And I would be a broke series owner, promoter, any day of the week, just given the sense of community and what motorsports brings to so many facets of a community that are really getting lost right now. So this is even more important mission for me,
What?
to make sure
Yeah.
that families are connected and friends are connected. And when people are here for the weekend, they have forgotten all the craziness in the world.
Yeah, he just went to go get his car.
Because it really focuses the mind. When you're racing, you're so into it.
Right.
If you're here and you like it,
Right.
you're so into
focused.
it, the world goes away. You don't think about all the things you see on the news that are wrong and all that. And it is a good family
It is.
place.
And that's one thing that Lucky Dog prides itself on,
Yeah.
is bring your whole family. I mean, you've seen all even the small children walking around.
Oh, yeah.
And this is our next generation of racers. And so this is the investment we're making too, in that next group of racers that are coming. Because
So
when
we're trying to
growing-
corrupt the next generation as much as we can.
Exactly.
Give them something fun, something real.
True.
You know, cyber is good, sim is good even, but there's nothing like doing it, feeling it, experiencing it,
Right.
risking it yourself. The
That's
rewards are so high.
Yeah, it's high risk, high reward.
It is.
But it's interesting
is.
when all of you guys are lined up, guys and gals, are lined up in the morning, because I don't get to race anymore now, Amanda. I still just feel that rumble when you guys leave, and that ache of what it would be like to grab a gear. And when
Do it, Cathy.
this race has a bunch of really throaty Mustangs.
Yes.
Every time they go by.
Yeah, they were in the way of my Miata for a long time.
Exactly. Normally, and I'm a Chevy girl, so I'm not for the Ford.
Oh, okay.
But there was some good sounding cars out there, and sure enough, the Fords, and they may actually finish races today.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
It's already been.
First on race day, Ford.
Yes,
Yeah.
round on road daily.
Okay, and so what's your long-term plan here at Lucky Dog?
You know,
Cat?
that's a
well,
great-
how many years has it
Well,
been?
I was going to say, this
Okay.
kind of bodes in that we are getting ready to start our 10th season, which is phenomenal. And
Wow,
so
I
we're
was still young when you started.
That could be true. Could be true. And so when I look at what does the future look like, I honestly didn't think we'd make it back, past our second year. And so I'm looking at, well,
That's
how do we
amazing.
keep this fresh and relevant, but
Yeah.
still affordable and still designed for the person that always wanted to race, like I did,
Yeah.
but never had the resources or even the path to get into racing. And I say we just keep chugging along. It's an endurance race, and owning a series, it's an endurance race. So we're committed to being here for quite a while. And I'm really lucky because our team, our staff, they're all coming from a racing background. They've all been with me now for 13 years.
13 years.
13 years, because we were all together in a previous life racing together. So it's really incredible to see the kinds of people that end up gravitating towards us. I mean, this
Yeah, some of these
particular
people have been here
race,
the whole time.
I brought 22 people with
Like
me.
Jerry here.
Yes, Jerry
Jerry,
is
come
my
here.
watchdog.
Come here, Jerry.
Jerry's my watchdog.
What's Jerry's position in Lucky Dog?
She is the vice president of hospitality. She's officially,
Hospitality.
yes, and she's officially my personal handler because I need a lot of management on my own.
Nobody else
no,
can
you
handle
don't.
it.
That's true. She knows how to wrangle me, and she's involved every piece of this company.
Jerry was there when you started.
Yes. And
Jerry, let's hear from you. What was that like at the very beginning of Lucky Dog,
crazy.
or even
It was-
before?
It was crazy. So she just called me and said, "Can you be at the Ridge on such and such a day?"
Oh, it was here?
Yeah,
it
here.
was here.
It was here.
10 years ago.
Yep.
ish.
And I showed up at the classroom, and she handed me a handwritten piece of paper that had a bunch of cars and drivers on it that they all owed money. Said, "I need you to check people in and take their money." And then she disappeared.
And then that was it. Now she runs almost everything as far as operations for this corporation at this point. She runs travel and the scheduling of all the staff. I mean, there's a lot of moving parts to taking this on the road.
Logistics to get 20 people across the country with different schedules is crazy.
I have seen you guys unload the boxes.
Hey, those
a
are
lot.
crates. Those are crates to you.
Crates, there's a lot.
Yes,
That's a
we
lot
need
of work.
Black and yellow totes not
Yes.
sponsored.
We need, yes, Home Depot, send us more free crates.
Okay, now I'm interested in the entrepreneurial aspect of this. Now, Jerry, I'm getting it from the sidekick here.
Yes.
What was it like at the very first race? I mean, did you have a lot of entries, or
No, I
How
think
did you get entries at a first race?
I think we had 13 cars because it was
Oh.
a dual
Race with
company. We were with WRL
Yeah,
that first
World
race.
Racing League.
Oh,
And I think
okay.
there was a
Yeah.
total of 25 cars between the two series. We had 13.
Because WRL was just starting too.
They were.
World
It was
Racing
their
League.
first race
Yeah.
too, wasn't it, here on the West
Oh,
Coast?
it was their first race on the West Coast. It was kind of interesting because at the time it was owned by Joey Todd, who I had worked with at Jam Car. And he had contacted me to offer me a job. And he was actually the first person to know about Lucky Dog. And I said, you know what, I'm starting my own series. So then that's when
I'm
we
so amazed.
partnered together.
I
So-
admire that.
So,
I mean,
Yeah, 'cause
there,
we
must,
split
there
the
was
track.
risk involved.
oh, I can't even
Right, you got to rent a racetrack. You
It's
don't have a
big
mailing
money.
list. How do you find entries?
Word
It's
of
a
mouth.
brand new
It was
product.
Word of mouth.
It was word of mouth.
And I think the next race only had, it was a 24-hour race in
it's
Spokane.
Oh, I heard about that.
And it was
Spokane.
11 cars for 24 hours.
Wow.
Spokane was shut down because of wildfires. You weren't allowed to go outside on the racetrack.
It was cold in July. It was June, July?
June or July, and it was freezing, raining.
What?
There were porta potties blowing across
The
the
canopy.
track.
Oh no!
So the universe was saying, "Women, what are you doing?"
And our sponsor was Ultra Chiller, so we had a cool suit.
Oh, true.
40-degree weather
40
was our
degree,
sponsor.
yep.
Yeah.
So-
And we had the craziest thing she's ever had me do was at that race, and I thought she had lost her mind.
Yeah.
At about 6 o'clock in the evening, she goes, "We need to feed everybody," and I'm like, "What?" And she goes, "I need you to go to Pizza Hut and get 200 personal pan pizzas." And I was like, "Excuse me?" So I got in the car, the rental car, and I went to Pizza Hut and I said, "How hard would it be for you to make me 200 personal pan pizzas?" And I thought that guy was going to make me leave the building.
The first time we pulled that, we went to Willow Springs and bought $2,000 worth of burritos last year. So food's a very important part of our culture too. That's the advantages
It
of
is.
women running race
Well,
series.
you know, I was just going to say that
We want you
that would
fed and
never
healthy.
happen in a series run by a man,
True.
or not by
But
this
when the
man.
guys did run Button Willow one year, or Willow Springs for us one year, because we were both
Yes,
sick.
We were both sick.
And they actually had, they catered it with tacos. They got a taco truck. And they did the raffle, and they raffled off all of the duct tape in the Lucky Dog trailer.
Our personal duct tape, they gave it as raffle prizes.
Good thing they didn't raffle the trailer.
I know. We're lucky anybody even survived. And there are some pictures from that event that we can't show to anybody publicly. And that was the last time that Lucky Dog men went on their
that went on their
run.
own. Either she's there or I'm there.
Yes,
But
they
we're-
require adult supervision.
I do.
Yes.
There's no way I could do this. That's part of why I admire it so much. Now, is there anybody here this weekend that was at that first race, or those first two or three?
Oh, yeah.
You think there's some,
I'm
the
sure
drivers, I
You're
mean?
all-
Rum runners.
Rum runners.
Rum
Girls
runners.
there
Oh,
with
that's the Model
Shell
T?
Shark.
No,
Is that
no,
Rum
no,
Runners?
no. They've got used to be a Honda. I don't know
I
what
don't know what they're
driving
driving now. But
Car
Daryl was
52.
here with Show Shark.
Yep.
They did well yesterday because Rum Runners was way up the
They
charts.
did.
I saw that.
Yeah, no,
Was
they're
Screaming
good group
Chickens
of-
here then?
No,
No?
we didn't have Screaming Chicken. But there are definitely people. It's one of the things is this kind of business grows one team at a time, and it's a very relationship-based business. And it's like once you get a team here, they stay. You know, once they get a taste of the Lucky Dogs, like this is where they really want to be. So there are a lot of teams that have tremendous longevity and been with us. And what's cool is you've got to see some of these teams get married or have kids.
Oh,
and so you
yeah.
see a lot of changes in families as days.
Kids
each
grow
race.
up, become
And now
drivers.
it's going to
Yeah.
say,
Yeah.
and now they're driving with us. And
Yeah.
it just, I'm so blessed to see this kind of activity out here with families. There's nothing cooler when you have 3 generations running a car.
That
the,
would
the
be
white,
the white family. Yeah.
Len
Oh.
in the white BMW. He's got his daughter Sharice, his dad Al, and then Len in the car this week.
Wow.
So it's really cool. I mean, where else do you get to go do stuff, even with your kids, let alone your kids and your parents?
Let's see, can I bring my stepdaughter and an adopted grandchild and get 3 generations
Yes,
sort of
that
by
would work.
proxy?
Hey, we're all
legal.
family, man.
Yeah, it's all family.
We're all family.
Have you met my friend, Air Force buddy Nathan?
Yes, he lives by us.
He's
yes.
my unadopted son.
I love that.
Oh, he does. Yeah, Vacaville.
Yes, and
I do
they've
too.
got such a beautiful family.
Yes. And they're prepping little Mia.
I was
She's
gonna
about one
say
and a
they've
half.
got the most beautiful daughter in the whole world.
She'll
Got little
probably
Hot
be
Wheels
driving
yet?
at your 20-year anniversary. No, she won't be old enough.
I said she got little Hot Wheels already, little Power Wheels.
Oh, yeah.
She's
Oh,
adorable.
yeah. And Nathan will have her in his arms while he's working on the car.
Oh yeah.
My car.
Which is another story.
Well, you know what my favorite thing about Lucky Dog is, Kathy?
What's that?
You.
Aw, that's what.
You are very special.
Well, thank you very much.
And if you read your birthday card, did you get to read
I'm
your
going
birthday
to,
card?
I did.
Aha! I knew
In
it.
there, I'm
You're
going
too
to.
busy. You're too
I know,
busy.
I'm reading on the flight home after.
That's why you're hoarse, because you're always so
Yeah,
busy.
yeah.
And
She's not as bad as she used to be. Sunday, because we used to do like live raffle, and she would yell off all the numbers at the party on Saturday. By Sunday, she couldn't talk at all.
Tequila may or may not have been involved in the early days.
It was a lot.
Well, here's what's special about you, is your combination of toughness and kindness. It's very rare. Now, I couldn't do that. Like yesterday, I got hit.
We saw
and
that.
I just got pissed. I was so angry because I was trying so hard not to get in a crash, and I knew I had trouble behind me, and I failed. I still got crashed,
Yes.
and I was so angry, and I lose it. Sometimes, I'm such a nice guy most of the time.
Exactly,
But I lose it. Yeah, you deal with really bad behavior sometimes. It happens in races, doesn't it, Kathy?
The kindness thing, as corny as it may sound, is very important to me. And I understand. In fact, I was a dirt track driver. Had I been a man, I would have been in 1,000 fights. So I get the angriness. Seriously, I would have kicked some serious ass at the circle track. But I didn't, probably because that wouldn't have bode well for my image as racy diva with a pink race car. But it's really
You had a pink
important.
race car.
I did, with a giant diamond, sparkling diamond, because I got my jeweler as my sponsor.
Oh, what?
Yep, so that was pretty cool. But it's important for me, for these folks, to be kind to one another here. But I do so understand the competitiveness and the ego. And I was in the utility business and for 30 years, which was predominantly male. And so I really kind of understood. And most of the time, people just want to be listened to. They know I'm not going to go change results or anything. They just want me to acknowledge, yeah, that was a bad call, or yeah, it's really crappy if someone hit your car.
Yeah.
But there's times when, it gets tough, and I'll admit I've shed a tear or two, and it's out of frustration because you give so much and you want it to be perfect. And 99 cars out there could have the time of their life, and one person didn't. And that one person I take really to heart. So that's what you're usually seeing, is I'm just trying to keep it all on the rails and be kind and kind of be the example to these folks that even though this is stressful out here, and there's not a lot on the line, except these people have spent a lot of money and they've taken time away from their families. So for them, it's a big sacrifice to be out here, and my job is to be their biggest cheerleader. And that's
it's
why
intense.
They call me the dog mom.
The dog mom. The top dog.
Yes.
Mom.
Top dog.
Yes.
Yeah, it's intense. I mean, this is
It's
real
very
racing.
intense.
It's not lightweight on the track.
Right.
But it's a little friendlier than other series, I think. And there's always, the outliers that
Right,
get a
right.
little worked up or make a bad move or just don't know yet. It's always been my mission, is to try to help teach people how to race.
Right.
So they don't get in these situations.
Right.
And I think part of that is what makes me so angry when somebody does something I don't like.
Right.
I'm like, you're not supposed to do that.
Well, I think too, the fact that I don't have a cat in this fight out here.
Yeah, you do. Greg's running.
And I hope he gets black flagged all season long. But seriously, that's the other part of it, is I don't have the ego in this. I want them to all go be successful and leave here and tell everybody they had the weekend of their life. And I think that really helps too, because I've got nothing to prove to them as a racer. I mean, my job is really to make sure I've kept them safe, entertained, and that they really felt valued. A lot of organizations don't understand that racers are their customers. I don't have a business unless they're delighted. So it's very important for me to make sure that these people feel like they were treated fairly. And there is nothing fair about racing on the racetrack. And so that can be a tall order. But really, people at the end of the day just want to be listened to. And that's easy enough to do, and then I turn around, roll my eyes, and tell Jerry, guess what, this guy just told me.
coffee's too hot.
The coffee's too hot. So,
Well, and earlier you mentioned the affordable aspect.
Right.
That's an important part of this series, right?
it is.
And
it's-
that's somehow where Lucky Dog Racing League and WRL went
kind of
different
part-
directions.
We did. And
You're not even competitors.
Right,
Because
but what's-
WRL has
Correct.
$300,000 cars.
Right.
We have a $300,000 field of 60 cars.
Exactly. If that.
Yeah, and so
you're
it's different.
absolutely right.
But
And
what I see as a challenge for you is keeping it affordable. Because racers who want to win start to become willing to spend money.
And that's, we've kind of managed that in a couple ways. And all of the endurance groups are dealing with speed creep and cost.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
And it's a really, really tough thing to balance because you want to be inclusive as possible.
Yeah.
Plus you're trying to stay in business.
Yeah.
But you've got to remain true to what your mission is. That's really, really important. I mean, I could have a lot more cars that we either have asked to leave or they're not, welcome in the series. But it's important for me to stay true to what drove me here. Being 42 years old in a race car and willing to give up a 6-figure job and take a huge risk for my family to pursue a dream. So that drives me all the time. It's like, could I have another 10 or 20 cars out here? Would that make a big difference financially? Serious? Yes, but you get further and further and further away from what your mission is, and that's not what I'm interested in doing. So the affordability, we went to a spec tire, the RS4 Hankook, which is
an excellent choice.
These guys get several race out of they're a very affordable tire. Hankook competition has been the most incredible partner, and another husband and wife organization has been an incredible partner to us.
Hankook Motorsports is a husband and wife?
Yes.
Oh, no kidding.
Nikki and Danny, and it's really cool when
I think I've communicated with Nikki.
Yeah, so
when
it's
I had like
really
a shipment issue or something.
Yeah, they're just amazing people. But another husband and wife trying to make it in the motorsports world, and so that's worked out really good for us. The other thing too was the use of something called SuperDog, because really, once you start adding rules and pages of rule books, it's harder and harder for your customers to understand how to build a car, what's the cost. It just changes the whole vibe of everything. So it was very important for me to be easy to work with, both as a company, but also the product we have out on the racetrack. So very few rules, primarily safety related. And then we manage it by something called SuperDog, which is the too fast time, which we always tell you don't go out at SuperDog. But that lap time is identified at every track based upon the field of a lap time that we consider too fast and outside the spirit of the series. So
because of the effect it'll have on cost.
Exactly.
Right?
Because
there's some nice
easy.
cars here.
But like you were in that Screaming Chicken car, it looks really nice because it's a shiny Corvette.
Yeah.
And it is a well-prepared car. Those guys don't spend a lot on it because they own a shop.
Yeah.
And so I don't want this to be a wallet race. I mean, it used to be people would show up with $4,000 worth of tires. I mean, that's so unfair to the whole field. So by being able to have a SuperDog number where people aren't trying to aspire to be putting in big engine swaps and, softer tires, all that stuff, it really leveled the playing field. But there's still times it comes and bites because every season people have been off for 6 months building new cars and improving things, and the first race of the season is up here. And it is, there's not enough tequila in the world to take that off at that weekend. It's rough.
It's a crazy week. That's
because
a crazy race.
They're shaking stuff down. It hasn't been tested.
They've been inside, cooped up all winter.
And so it's a little bit rough. So that one we have to kind of really take a deep breath on. But the whole thing of not being a wallet race is that people can't buy their way into it. We say that the car can't be older than, or newer than a 2006.
Yeah.
I mean, this kind of racing is about reliability, keeping a car on track.
Yeah.
And
14 hours.
It's sometimes
Saturday,
even
or
more.
15.
Yeah, I mean, we've been involved in 36-hour races at one point, which is crazy.
We're too old for that now.
But a newer car is inherently, you think, possibly more reliable. So this really kind of forces them to think about what their strategies are, what car they're going to be. Are they going to do LS swaps? I mean, we see a lot of that. But we've given that control to them. We don't dictate what kind of car, what they have to do. We make 2 rules, the tires and the 2006. And then if you go out
you
there,
can't go too fast.
and if you're out there and you are flying like a cheetah and you're not even a dog anymore, that's when we've got the super dog time. But I love it when people haven't read the rules. And we'll get back tomorrow after the race, and someone will be online bragging about, oh, I was a super dog this weekend. And of course their mom, I'm so proud of you, son. And I'm like writing, that's not a good thing to be a super dog for the weekend. So, but it's really worked well. I think initially the industry was like, oh, bad idea to have a spec tire. Now all of them are working with handcuff. It's like, ooh, having an open rule book's gonna bite you. And they're realizing we need to make it easy. Life is complicated, make it easy. So I'm very proud of what we've built, and I appreciate people like yourself taking notice and being a part of it. I mean, you yourself are one of the top advocates and ambassadors of this level of racing.
Well, this series as well. I like it.
Really. I always crack up every month when I get my SECA magazine and your article goes the Lucky Dog patch.
They're good to me over there. They're good to me.
I was going to say, so.
But I like that lack of rules. We don't have to worry about somebody protesting me or having some shock that's not right and blah, blah, blah. And I really like the emphasis on keeping costs down and speed low, because that's so hard to do, but it's so important for what you want to do in your series. And it feeds a certain market.
It does.
You know, people with less money or people who want to spend less money. Because there are some people here with lots of money.
Yeah,
they just don't want to come out and blow 50 grand a weekend or 100 grand a weekend.
Come out and have a good time on the race.
What you can easily do,
Randy, is that there are folks that have absolute financial capabilities and the talent to be racing at a much higher level, and they choose to come here because it is fun and it's easy. It's amazing how many people that we get that are licensed folks that have been out, you know, doing some serious racing that come back just because this is a really fun. And it's when race, you know, in your early days where you're scrapping stuff together, and that racing couldn't have been any more exciting. And they're coming back. I mean, you were out there dicing it up. Now, granted, you lost your cool, which I get as a racer. But it's fun for you to even come back. And sometimes, I mean, when we've had
sure is
Jordan Taylor.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with us.
Good for him.
And Jordan came to Laguna with us. And
was it Jordan Taylor or was it Rodney Sandstone?
Well, we kept asking to see Rodney.
Could have been his alter ego, Rodney Sandstone, with the Jeff Gordon jacket on.
Yes, it could have been.
Jordan's funny. He drives for Corvette. He's the son of a guy I used to race with, Wayne Taylor.
With Wayne, I love his dad.
Jordan and his brother. Ricky.
Incredible family. Incredible. But it was interesting to hear Jordan talk about how much fun he had for the weekend with us. And we were saying our goodbyes, and he's like, yeah, now I'm gonna be going and, you know, doing a real race somewhere.
Back to work.
And it was back to work, and it kind of made me sad because it's like these people racing because they're passionate like all of us, and to kind of hear that it becomes
it's a different kind of fun.
True,
because I've done that too. And it's good to race in intense races with a lot on the line where you've got to really do everything you can do and then come here and be more relaxed. But actually the driving is not different. I'm still trying to do it the best I can do it within the parameters that we have.
Exactly.
Making the car last, not hitting anybody. That's why I got so pissed, because I try so hard.
He keeps coming back to this.
Not to hit anybody.
Let this go.
I have this morning. I don't know what happened.
The whole thing, what came out of it? My car got dinged.
Yeah, your car got dinged. And that's the thing. I think I felt guilty, and I have this sense of duty. And I tried so hard. And these guys ganged up, and there was a guy on the back, and everybody was behind me. in the vortex of danger. Where you can't see what they're doing back there. I just knew that wasn't good. And I'm like, bam,
Yes, the call
so
on the radio
angry.
was there was a car sandwich.
It was, wasn't
And I'm
it?
like
It was.
thinking, and I thought at first.
And all I heard was 37 and 77, and I just.
And that was her
Our
husband's
car,
cars.
Oh no,
Yeah.
37
really?
and 37.
And I'm like going, oh, this will be interesting. So, but
No, the
really-
only way we hit was I was trying to get out of the way of a guy who made
It's
It's true, a very
Sure,
dangerous
sure.
move. And I swerved to miss him because he just suddenly appeared coming right for me. And the 77 was outside me. And bonk, I hit him.
It's racing.
And do you
I
know
know.
what, Randy? These 5,200 drivers I have, all
5,200.
all come to me with the same stories you come to me. You guys all
Really?
come from the same cloth, doesn't matter what level. So, but we understand. And cars are, we claim we're a no contact series. How can I prevent that? Except making it really painful on the back end, right?
Yeah, but just
So-
talking about it is
No, there's
so
an
helpful.
aware, and I'm very proud of the minimal contact we have. But
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
it's wonderful.
I'm not driving your car, which is probably a good thing, but I can't prevent you from hitting somewhere. And so we make it a little painful, go into the doghouse and hope that gets your attention. And we have pulled people off. I don't make it a spectacle. You never see me on social media talking about who's been asked to leave the series or who's on
And you
probation.
haven't had to have the let's come to pit talking to for a long time.
That's true. It used to be I would stop
Once
a
a year,
race.
at least once a year, she would pull everybody in, and you could tell she's like, "Out of your cars, we're gonna have a talk," and she'd pull
and
everybody
we
out.
haven't done that for a while. That gets racers' attention because
Yeah.
you're getting into their seat time.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh yeah, I don't want to get out of the car again.
Yeah, she make a
And so they'll have another like full a red flag or black flag incident, and they're like, oh my God, now we're really in trouble with Kathy. And it would be something else. But we used to, at Portland, 2 minutes, 57 seconds, we red flagged the race. In that short a time, they were all hitting each other and being all crazy.
pull
I'm
them
like,
in and said, "Get out of your car, we're talking."
I'm like,
You're
oh
saying
no.
3 minutes into the race?
Yes.
And it was
3 minutes.
two laps, and
It was a disaster.
Mayhem.
But you know what? Not one thing happened after. And usually it would be you bring them in one time and everybody's terrified. Because I'm like, if we have to do it again, the car's going on trailer. I mean, one incident will put us out of business. I don't want someone hurt.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I forgot about the early days.
Chris couldn't call numbers fast enough. He finally was just like, "That's it, bring them all in."
Bring them all in. But it's kind of the domino effect, right? A little bit of squirreliness turns into like,
Oh, definitely.
and then all of a sudden half the field is slid off into
People
the
get
grass.
heated up.
Yeah. And then
oh
it
yeah.
just- it's never just something
You got to
small.
bring them in and get the adrenaline down a little bit and get people
It's really-
back on earth.
That's really more it's about just getting him out, taking a deep breath, and say, yeah, we can't drive this way. You have a choice here. You paid a lot of money
It's
to
probably been season 3 or 4, I think.
But it
since
used to be a
really-
regular occurrence. I think the quality of the driving, and you've been out with us long enough now, the quality of driving has gotten better.
Oh, it's far better.
'Cause it was
used
so
to be, well, you know,
crazy.
you put the time limits on me because you don't want me to go
True.
win races.
Right.
But I was just out there early in the race.
Another little.
Yeah.
I was out there early in the race in Greg's car and yesterday, and I was not blowing them away.
Yeah, no,
I was
it
just another
started-
guy in the B class.
Yeah, no,
You know, a couple guys were drivers were going away, a couple of them were falling behind, and before I used to just wax everybody.
Yeah. Now
And
there's
so you should probably let me drive longer now.
okay. We just got set up.
We just got
What a
set up.
crafty, you did, what a crafty little dog you are.
Well, Cathy Fuss, thank you for this wonderful interview.
Well, thank you for allowing us to talk about how we really feel about things. Because usually it's only the driver's meeting, but thank you for being a part of such a great community
Oh, I love
and
it.
your support.
No, thank you. Thank you, Jerry.
We love
It's
you.
fun getting your perspective, too.
Oh, she's got a whole lot more
She'll lay
dirt.
it right on the
There could be a
line.
lot longer episode if we didn't have the boss lady here.
And the blooper reel would be fabulous.
We'll do that. We'll get on that.
Well, thank
We all
you.
love this lucky dog racing. I do all of them I can because I still want to race all that I can, and this is a terrific place to do it. So thank you for making that happen, and many more years of success and good luck.
Hell yes.
Yeah. You're making us all lucky dogs.